race, not a sign. We were born for this.
Whoa, we're never tired of running. Whoa, we're never tired of hiding. We like the freedom, the fear in your eyes. Hey, and now the round, now the time. We were born for this. Whoa, we're never tired of kidding. Whoa, we're never tired of flying. We're like a demon coming back to life. Hey, not a trace, we'll leave it in the shadow.
The next match is in the men's middleweight division, match number 4. And it will be contested on the left arm. Introducing first, this man is a multiple junior and senior Serbian national champion. Also, he placed third on the EAF European and WAF World Championships in the junior category. Hailing out of and representing Serbia, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Veljko Petrovic. This man, only 19 years of age, ladies and gentlemen, very, very dangerous guy, inside puller. His opponent, some will say complete opposite to this guy. His opponent is a former vice Polish national champion and winner of multiple Polish national cup tournaments. Hailing out of and representing Poland, big Instagram sensation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Viachaslau Kuksa!
I don't know, my friend. It looks like these guys are 2 weight classes apart from each other, but apparently they seem to be quite close to each other when it comes to body weight. In fact, even our Serbian friend is slightly heavier than Kuksa.
So looks could be deceiving, as we can see. Petrovic looks quite slim on the other hand, and Kuksa, very massive, thick arms. Everything looks huge.
Look at this Polish tank. I really don't understand. I really don't understand where is the mass on the Serbian dude, but well, we are going to find out. You told me that this guy was extremely strong. I've seen him pulling inside the hook. He's extremely tight. He can use his shoulder. He has an immense amount of side pressure generated with his shoulder and pecs. So, I don't know, might be able to turn Kuksa's palm upside, and then with a good side pressure, he'd be able to finish him. Let's see, let's see.
So we can see he's setting up Veljko to really sweep him sideways. Is Kuksa gonna catch him near the pad, or is it gonna stop in the center?
And they're setting up, and it seems to be, there is the stop, and the side pressure hit. Is the side pressure going to be enough? There's an open top roll, and there is no pin. It seems to be like an elbow foul for Kuksa.
I was expecting actually to see Petrovic starting quite fast, but there was a lot of load center from Kuksa. Is he gonna switch up his game, or is he gonna start with the hook in the second round again?
I don't really see him being able to take the hands of Kuksa, so he's probably going to stick with his game plan and try to stop him around the center. The only option for him probably is to go inside and try to find a stop a little bit earlier, because it seems like Kuksa's pronation and back pressure is not sufficient to pin him. But is his stop going to be sufficient to tire him out and then bring the center back towards his side of the table?
So we can see Veljko is really trying to get a different setup going on, and he's really fighting for that height. I really have a feeling that he's gonna sweep him backwards, not just purely going sideways, because Kuksa really has that arm strength. As we know, he's been training his whole life, doing street workout, calisthenics, so he's used to those stretched out positions. He really has to get that wrist going.
Let's see if we will see a quick side pressure hit from Veljko. Off the go. And there is no quick side pressure hit. It seems like we're stuck in the middle of the table. But, yeah, that seems to be like a pin. The pin just happened. There was no hands taken. It was just pure side pressure versus back pressure and pronation battle, and the side pressure came out to be victorious at the end.
So we can see the dominance in Veljko's wrist. He really has that cupping going on. Kuksa might really have to take that strap, or it's gonna look bad for him.
We see an incredibly young puller again on the stage. Veljko is only 18 years young. 19, I'm sorry, yeah, 19 years young. Yeah, and he placed third at the Europeans and the World Championship in the 18-year-old category, which is the junior category, right? We can see now that it was not without a reason. On the other side of the stage, we see Paulina trying to help her fiancé, trying to release the pump from the forearm, trying to pump the blood back into some other areas of the body.
So if I was now in the corner of Kuksa, I would really go for the strap, because he really needs it. He's gonna drag Veljko out, open the angle like he tries to do it without the strap. He needs that strap to secure his pronation and that to drag with those huge muscles.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match stylistically, if it goes to the straps, can be a long match, long outdrawn match. We see Veljko, unbelievably good inside puller. The cards were on the table. There were no secrets from these two athletes. Both very, let's say, I don't want to say one-sided. I know they can do it all, but when it comes to peak performance, Kuksa outside, open arm top roll, some will say king's move, and Veljko pure hook puller. We will get the start. Ladies and gentlemen, will this match go to the straps? We go to the referee's grip. Veljko.
Viachaslau looking like a unit.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, Kuksa, when it comes to arm wrestling trainings, I think one of the biggest Instagram profiles. He posts trainings every day. You can see him super active, trying to promote the sport and help it go to the next heights. He is a believer. He is a fighter. What will happen in the second round, ladies and gentlemen? We will see right now. Veljko not happy with the setup, referee's grip. We will soon have the goal. Ladies and gentlemen, much better position for Viachaslau, holding Veljko. Veljko not hurrying, not rushing to the pin pad. A little bit flattening his wrist. Ladies and gentlemen, Viachaslau in a good position. Veljko, everything on the tendons. Holding, not rushing. We see Veljko struggling. It is going to the other side. What is going to happen? It's turning around.
Oh my God!
The Polish athlete, Viachaslau Kuksa, turning the match on its head for Poland.
So as we can see, Kuksa really has that strength in the dragging motion. He has those huge muscles for a reason. As I said early on, he's been doing his whole life calisthenics. He's used to those stretched open positions, and we saw it. He has the pronation going on. Veljko needs to change his style immediately.
Unbelievable pronation and elbow flexor strength showcased by Kuksa. I really did not expect him to be able to get back from that position. It seemed that the Serbian athlete had everything. He had the center, he had the wrist, he had the shoulder, and still in some way that was so unexpected, he was able to pull it back with superior back pressure and bicep and pronation strength from that kind of lost position.
We see in Veljko's corner the whole Serbian team went to the stage to put together all of their brains to try to figure out what to do next. Veljko was in trouble. He had problems finishing the match, but we will see what will be the adjustment for young Veljko Petrovic. Let's hear the support. Are you supporting Poland's Kuksa or Veljko? Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it!
So we see the corner man of Veljko giving him his advice, what's gonna change now. I really think he should not hold on to Kuksa, because if Kuksa gets the thumb in Veljko's wrist and drives sideways, we have seen it, he is stuck in that inside position. So he has to actually find those fingers, as we can see and hear from his corner man telling him. He's going for that low hand setup. I really think that he should try to top roll him to get that fingers going and then get him deep inside.
Do you think Veljko can top roll from this position? Look at his setup. He really seems like he wants to use his internal rotation to go sideways. I really don't see him top rolling from this position, and see his shoulders getting closer and closer, and there's the stop, but it's not sufficient. It was a pin for Kuksa. It's 2-1 for Viachaslau Kuksa, the Polish athlete taking the lead. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing. I really did not expect this after the first ready go, where they were stuck, and at the end of the day, Veljko came out as the victorious from the two of them, and now Viachaslau seems to be just getting more and more dominant.
As we can see, actually, as in the first match with Ivan, if you really rely on that coming forward, supinating and securing that cup, it can be your downfall, because you're giving up so much pronation that you can actually utilize against people that are really trying to get your wrist open. So I would assume that Veljko has some difficulties actually setting up with Kuksa, because Kuksa is not trying to get close deep with him. He really opens the angle, stretches his arm open and gets that side pressure with pronation going on and just lays under the table.
Look at Kuksa, how thick he is. That's exactly how thick his thumb is as well, so it's really hard to contain this man. Look at the thickness in the thumb. Look at the thickness overall in this man. It's very hard when it's being paired up with an amazing amount of hammer and back pressure.
So we're gonna see Veljko is looking a little bit desperate, I would even say so. Kuksa going for his usual setup. He's really trying to get that depth going on and secures the thumb, and he's gonna really row him down and open him up again with those big muscles in his back. Veljko really has to get Kuksa's wrist open. Is it gonna be just going backwards? Do not go towards Kuksa with that initiation of hook.
Will we see the last round? Will we see the last round as Viachaslau pulls it? Or we will see Veljko coming back and leveling the score?
So we saw now Veljko was really trying to test Kuksa's position, but we see he has some issues. He has some pain going on in his elbow. He's feeling uncomfortable. He really has to go backwards, not towards Kuksa. That's his only option right now. Secure that height, get that pronation going on, and really Kuksa has to hold on to him. If it doesn't happen, we are in a bad spot.
Look how deep Veljko is setting up. He's going to go all out side pressure. Maybe he's going to even sacrifice his wrist in order to get a slip, but I think he will go all out. I don't see any way out other than in an all-out side pressure.
So Veljko was telling me earlier before he has a bag of tricks. Is he gonna use everything that he's been training for this moment? And there goes, very good. He got that pronation going on. He really has to peel the hand open, stay there, really try to drag. No, we see it. There goes, Kuksa got the win, ladies and gentlemen. What a banger of a match.
As you can see, Hristo is signing Viachaslau as the winner of this round, and that also means that he won the entire match. Amazing battle. It really seemed after the ready go, after the fourth round ready go, that we are going to see a comeback from Veljko, but at the end of the day, Viachaslau came out as the winner of this match. Amazing battle.
I wasn't expecting Veljko to really try to pull outside of the strap. I would have loved to see a strap match for both, but man, Kuksa really has those strong fingers, that back, and it's really going for him.
For me, it didn't really look like Veljko was going for the slip. I don't know, it really didn't look like he was going for the slip, and maybe it wouldn't have made too much of a difference either. It was about side versus back pressure. I don't think it was about finger containment. I think it would have been probably quite similar also in the straps.
Ladies and gentlemen, first I want to ask you to give a big round of applause for the young Veljko, only 19 years of age, fighting until the end here. And now a guy who trains more than anybody here. This man is very special. Ladies and gentlemen, big applause for the winner, Viachaslau Kuksa. His fiance looks very, very happy, very, very proud. Man, we talked about this match so much in private as well. I always wanted to see it. You told me one thing, regardless of the outcome, it will be a great match, and it was a phenomenal match. So big applause one time for this man for putting on this show.
On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I'll never let the doubt creep in.
My friend, first round Veljko was very, like I said, precise. His attack is very precise, and he was very precise. You kind of got him, but his side pressure power was maybe too much. What did you change going into the second round, and did you feel that he was gassed after the second round, or what was the difference maker?
Hello everyone. W pierwszej rundzie po prostu czułem, że mam silny atak, ale nie chciałeś mi męczyć obronę, a w drugiej rundzie zrozumiałem, że już trzeba męczyć i trzeba wysysać jego siły.
In the first round, I understood that I had a strong attack, but I didn't want to use my defense, and I don't want to get tight on that. But on the second round, I understand that I have to use my second weapon, my defense, and win like this.
Very smart done from Viachaslau, my friend. You are, like I said many times in this match, very known in the Instagram world when it comes to arm wrestling. Do you have somebody in mind for your next match, and how do you feel being on this stage here in Vienna, my friend?
Dziękuję bardzo. W ogóle bardzo dziękuję za to, że mnie tu zaprosili. Mi obojętnie z kim walczyć. Ja chcę przyjeżdżać i pokazywać show. To mój cel. Bardzo mi to jara i ja będę robić tak dalej.
First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I'm very grateful that you bring me here. With who I want to fight, it doesn't matter. I just want to have fight. I want to make show. That's what I'm here for. I want to make people bring emotions and show them what real arm wrestling is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Viachaslau Kuksa!
I don't think I'll ever let you win. Easier to break it off. That's